Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I would do something a little different and tell a story to kind of anecdotally explain why I carry a backup gun mainly. I mean, I carry a lot of stuff that a lot of people typically don't. Some people would call it overkill for sure, but I like to always be prepared for things, and the reason that is because of things that have happened to me in the past that I learned from. And one of the things that happened to me when I was working for an armored truck company, company no longer exists, but they had a lot of policies for us at the time where we couldn't carry backup guns, couldn't carry knives, things like that. And so I was abiding by those policies until something happened where I was like, yeah, I don't care about the policy anymore. I'm going to start carrying a backup gun with me all the time. So what happened was I was on an ATM route, servicing ATMs, swapping cash and all that kind of stuff. And armored cars, those companies are not what they are portrayed to be in movies and TV and things like that. It's not at all like that. When you start off with one of those companies, at least in my experience, starting off, you take your test in Texas anyway to get your non-commissioned security license, and that's like your level 2. There used to be a level 1, 2, 3, and 4 security licenses that you could get. They did away with level 1, so it was just 2, 3, and 4. 2 is your unarmed security guard, 3 is armed, and then 4 is what they call PPO, or personal protection officer, basically doing like executive protection, bodyguard work type stuff. So you would start off with the company, you would take your written test to get your level 2 unarmed guard license, and they would usually just either leave you in the vault, working in the vault, or they'd put you on a truck as a driver. And if you're a driver in a truck and you aren't commissioned to carry a firearm yet, you can't carry money in and out of the truck. You can't really get out of the truck unless you're going to use the bathroom, get something to eat or whatever. So, and there's usually, at that time anyway, there was 2 people on the truck, and that's it. So here we are on an ATM route. We have tons of money with us. We're doing pretty much nothing but ATMs, and I've got a driver with me he was a good guy. I'd been working with him for a while. We got along great. I trusted him, but he didn't have a gun. He didn't have his commission license yet, so he couldn't get out of the truck. I'm there, I'm armed, but I'm only allowed to have 1 gun per company policy. So we're going along, and our truck starts dying on us on the highway, and we're in a very bad part of the DFW Metroplex area. And so we limp the truck off the highway into a gas station in a very bad area, and we call headquarters, and so they're like, okay, we're gonna send somebody out so you can do a truck swap and continue on your way. The only person they had at base was the mechanic. Well, mechanics don't carry guns. They're not commissioned security guards. So the mechanic comes out with another truck. She doesn't have a gun. My driver doesn't have a gun. I'm the only guy with a gun. And I got to do this truck swap. So I've got to pull all of our money off of our truck and put it into this other truck. So the trucks are parked right next to one another, side by side. We got both the back doors open. I'm out there. My driver's handing me big bags of money, and he's kind of watching behind me because I can't see anything that's going on behind me, but I know people are driving by, yelling at us, looking at us. Things are getting more and more crazy in the area the longer we're there, and I've got to get all this money from one truck to the other, and I can't really watch my surroundings all that well. So the entire time I'm thinking, man, I wish I had a partner with a gun. This is crazy. I really need a partner with a gun. And I was like, dude, if I had a gun to hand you, I would right now, but I didn't. So after that, I decided, you know what? Forget the policy. I'm carrying a backup gun. And ever since then, I've started carrying backup guns on me a large percentage of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I do. And I know a lot of guys won't do it. And they don't think it's necessary. A lot of people don't even carry spare ammunition, like a spare magazine or whatever for their gun. But I do. So, I mean, I've been a firearms instructor and worked in the firearms industry for, well over 15 years, probably, 16, 17 years or so. And I've seen a lot of things go wrong with guns, and taught a lot of classes and seen things go wrong with, guns that students were using in classes and things like that. And if something catastrophic happens to your gun and it goes down, maybe you don't need 2 magazines worth of ammo to finish the problem, but if 2 rounds in, the gun has some kind of catastrophic malfunction, all of a sudden you may need another magazine. You may need a whole nother gun. You might be with somebody in a situation like I was and need to hand them a gun because they don't have one for whatever reason. It might not even be their fault that they don't have the gun. It wasn't my partner's fault that he didn't have a gun. So yeah, keep those things in mind. You never know what kind of weird situation you might end up in. Obviously, you don't plan for those things to happen. If you did, you wouldn't be there in the first place, or you would be way better prepared for it. So the best thing you can do is just keep those things in mind, learn from what you see other people go through, and just be as prepared as you possibly can for that kind of stuff. I've got lots of crazy stories, and maybe in the future I'll start adding those in here and there, but we'll keep doing some more reviews, and we'll go over guns, gear, equipment, and I'll tell you some stories about things that have happened in the past that you can learn from as well. And eventually I'll get into some more instructional things too, where maybe I can start sharing some of the knowledge that I've gained over the years with you guys. So stay tuned for all that, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.